seconds. Anyway, so student, this is honest thing. Anyway, now I am waiting for your answers and your contribution. Okay, now this is deafening silence. Yes, correct one. Because something which, okay, something which will make you deaf means a great sound. You can say the hustle and bustle of the city, like the sounds of the flight when it is taking land, taking over, taking off, right? The sounds produced by the running train or any industry, right? When it crosses the decibel, the unit of measurement of the sound, then almost it makes you deaf. And if you say a deafening silence means the silence produced by the noisome activity, yes. Alone together, correct. Dark light, yes. Dark light, correct one. Yes. Then clearly confused, yes. Correct answers. Okay. You can say clarified confusion, right? Because clearly confused here means it is totally confused. It gives one meaning that it is totally confused. But if you can use like uh, clarified confusion, then it gives a sense of oxymoron. Okay, definitely, maybe. Okay, alone altogether, fine. See, there are some common words which we come across daily in our day-to-day life. For example, you can say cold coffee. Of course, earlier coffee used to be hot only. There was not cold coffee, but if you can say cold coffee, coffee is usually hot. Then it will give you a sense of oxymoron because coffee in general hot. People enjoy coffee in order to make themselves warm. But if you can say cold coffee, that means you are using an oxymoron. You are using this literary device. Okay. So it is altogether changed and yet the same. It was the same form like the vapor with which it started its journey to the heaven. It makes the condensation, got the association, and again it came to the earth as the rainfall. So it was same yet changed. So both are there, altogether changed but same. So the product is same, but before it coming back to the product, the reversion, the reappearance, it altogether changed. So altogether changed and yet the same. Both came close connected, both came together and formed an oxymoron. Okay. I descend to leave the draughts, atomies, and dust layers of the globe. Okay. So I descend means, okay. Students, what is descend here? Descend. Descend. Yes, what is descent? Anyway, its journey is a descending journey. When it comes to the earth and when it is invited, when it is welcome, when it comes to the earth to serve its meaning, to serve its purpose, it is a descending journey, a descending mode. It means when it comes down. So when it comes down, it leaves the draughts, removes the draughts. Atomies means the small particles are here, and dust layers of the globe, right? Dust layers of the globe, right? See, you can take the word atomies and have a scientific connotation, right? See, atomies. So when we discuss the basic atomic science, then what happens? Uh, in a way, we can combine, we can integrate. In the same way, we can disintegrate. So both the powers are there, right? I hope you are getting me. like the formation of the electrons and photons, right? And to make it that zone, that within our wish we can combine something, or we can create something, or we can destroy something. So this natural phenomena, of course, a scientific phenomena, is interrupted, is intervened by humans, right? So it's a human intervention to deal a certain thing or to deal a certain situation through an electron and proton, like to integrate something and to disintegrate something. So since this poem is connected with the scientific phenomena, this is yet another example of the scientific happening, the scientific occurrence, and of course the scientific interpretation. The rain has the power to create the earth. It means to grow it prosperity, to grow it up, to make the land fertile. But if it not, if drought happens, it means rainfall doesn't come, then its reverse will come. There will be no tree, no living organism, no production, no food crop. So the reverse will be there. Right? So to integrate and to disintegrate, we study the atomic science, like electron, protons and all. I hope you are getting me. Similarly, it is the discretionary power of the rainfall, whether it can come or it cannot come, right? And without it, the appearance of the earth will be the disaster. Like instead of the greenery, it will become a hot zone. Instead of the productivity, it will become a barren land. Like instead of the green herbs and green plants, it will just become a desert and it will be filled with sands. So the rainfall says that without me, it will be just barren. It is seeds only latent and unborn. Right? Latent means hidden. You can say it is the opposite of the dynamism. Something which is static. It means the world cannot prosper, cannot go forward without the coming of the rainfall, without the formation of the rainfall. So the rain here, it self praises itself. It does the self appreciation, right? It narrates its own significance, its own power, right? And without me, the lands are seeds, it is unborn and it is latent, means no dynamism, no movement, no crop, and similarly, the disasters and the destruction. Then again, and forever, now you can say, in the previous line also, the mention of the word and is there, like and all that in them. I hope you are looking at the book. Without me were seeds only, latent and unborn. Then, in the same way, the next line also begins with and. So, when two subsequent lines will begin with the same word, it is associated with the literary device. Can you please say this? Okay. Students, I am giving you a clue. Remember your class 9 poem, Wind, right? In the book Beehives, there is a poem called Wind. And you will find many lines begin with the same word. Like if the first word begins with and, the second will also become and. There are many such examples in that particular poem. So I am giving you the example because you are acquainted with this. Okay. So what I want to say that,
Anaphora.
okay, correct answers. It is anaphora, or the expression is anaphoric expression. It is it is anaphora, or you can say anaphoric expression, right? When the two subsequent lines, it may be three lines also, but the beginning will be the same word. Here it is and. If you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, ninth and 10th line, it begins with the same word and that is end. So again it is end, and forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin. So see, it gives life and gives back life, both the things it does. Like it integrates and it disintegrates. So the dual phenomena, not exactly the opposite phenomena, a dual phenomena it creates. So it is the harbinger of the dual phenomena. For example, it gives life in the same way it gives back life. It means it supports life. So it creates life and it supports life. The dual phenomena that we get to see here. And this is another significance of the rainfall. Like in this way also it is making its purpose meaningful. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin. Because in the first instances, in the first few cases, it has already given life. It has created life. So now, which part will follow? The part of sustaining life will be followed. So this is sustenance, right? You can say sustain means to support life, to make it flow, right? It is not anything to do with the creation of life, but it is the sustenance of life, to support its flow, to make it grow, to make it vibrant, to make it proceed and develop. So this is what the sustenance, right? And make pure and beautify it. Even now also the subsequent line begins with the same word. So yet another, this is the same poetic device. Students, can anybody say this? You can use those poetic device. I think Gorvi Gupta has given the answer earlier. So now, yes, I am ready with the chat box. Can anybody say it? Which poetic device we are discussing? Yes. Just before we had discussed, even Gorvi had replied this. Okay. So the same poetic device also runs here. Subsequently, for third times, three subsequent stanza, sorry, the three subsequent lines begin with the same word. Of course, it is a conjunction, but whatever it may be, it refers to a poetic device, a literary device. Yes, Gorvi has told it is anaphora. Can anybody say it? Suppose I am asking to Kuldeep Swarnkar. Yes. Kuldeep, can you please say it? Which literary device we are discussing? Yes. I am talking to Kuldeep Swarnkar. Are you ready with the system? Okay. So students, we are discussing which literary device here? Okay. Which literary device we are discussing? Only one student has given the response. Okay. Yes. Let me find a few of you. Okay. Okay, students, please come quick. Since we have given examples, we have discussed many times, then I don't think that your part will be simply static, like, right, have a kinetic flow. At least answer should be done, at least in that case, which we have already discussed, we have given examples, right? Many examples have been done, formed on your own. Anyway, is Ayavant ready? Okay, let me unpin this. Ankit Jangid, let me see this. Are you ready, Ankit? At least you say what I am asking. What am I asking? What are we discussing here? About which literary device we are discussing here? Yes. Students, we are discussing anaphora or the anaphoric expression, right? Anyway. So the use of the word and for thrice here, it indicates an anaphoric expression, or there are multiple uses, so these are anaphoric expressions. I am using the plural here now. Okay. So next, see, uh, the subsequent lines, I think one, two, three different lines have been enclosed with a bracket. And if the earlier lines are unbracketed, no bracket is there, but the last few lines, three lines to be in total, are given in the bracket, then it has a different meaning, a different purpose of using this punctuation mark, unlike in the before ones, the earlier ones, right? Anyway, so this will be interpreted from your end. Then what may be the reason that the poet has enclosed it or used bracket for song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Okay. Anyway, so students, let's discuss in a very surface way, literary sense, very general way, what is the purpose of a bracket that we use while writing something. Even when we are reading something, we are encountered with brackets, right, on punctuation mark. So what is the basic purpose of bracket? Yes, very basic. Elementary work, elementary purpose served by the punctuation mark bracket in our reading or in our writing. Yes. What is its basic purpose? Okay, even there are different modes of brackets. The extended form can be this one, right? Even when you do mathematics, you will do this kind of bracket. But whatever it may be, we are particularly confined to limited to this one, although there are different modes and different extensions of this particular punctuation mark. So our discussion will be the purpose, the basic purpose served by bracket, the punctuation mark. Okay. Can anybody has any idea? Yes. Yeah, you can contribute in the chat box. Okay. What is the purpose served by a bracket? Can anybody say this? Okay. Don't worry about the mistakes and all. You just be fluent, be frank. When the text enclosed within bracket is optional, the reader may or may not read it. It's a kind of additional information. Absolutely correct, 100%. Thank you so much. So the basic purpose, the elementary purpose served by a bracket is that it gives additional information. Those additional information may be missed out. It may not be given, but it doesn't affect the meaning that is being stated without brackets. So in order to give additional information, not the main information, bracket is used. Main information is given, it's cited, it's presented without brackets. Additional ones are kept inside the bracket, right? To add a different meaning, to make a supplement, or to add any different value. So this is the purpose of bracket. So now let us associate your ideas with the text that we are discussing, particularly the three lines given in the bracket. Yes. In the same way, it can be interpreted. So I would like to get it from you to elicit the responses from your end. Okay. Yes, students, please. I hope you are ready with this. I have not taken attendance yet. Earlier students were 25, but in the end, it has come down to be 20. Okay. So students, can you associate this idea with the text? In the same way, it can be cited, it can be proved. Okay. Now, I would like to ask, which additional information the poet wants to give, so that he has used bracket for the last three lines. Yes, of course it's correct that the poet wants to give an additional information, but now our purpose is, the question is, which additional information the poet wants to give here? Yes, which additional information does the poet want to give? In the same way, the last three lines, it is optional. It is not voluntary, or you can say it is not compulsory, but yet it serves a great purpose, additional but great. Not secondary, of course. All additionals are not secondary, right? Like the additional sheets that you attach to your main sheet is not secondary. Only the primary one is the main sheet, and secondary and optional one is the additional sheet. No, the additional is as important as the primary one, the original one, or the main sheet. It is just a supplement. Even you call it supplementary sheet. Some of you can say the additional, some of you can say the supplementary sheet. So it doesn't indicate that the supplementary ones are secondary, it means of least importance. No. If the supplementary sheets won't be evaluated, then it will make a big change in your result and in the evaluation pattern and in the evaluation system. So it is not secondary, it is not of secondary importance, it is additional, yet it is important as the original one, as the prime one. Okay. Subhasini has written in the last three lines within brackets, the poet has made an association between music and rain, of course. It's an association of music and rain. Yes. The common features may be the rain has a different sounds, right? And the personification, since the poet has used it, it is the voice of the rain and not it is the sound of the rain. Remember the first class of this particular poem. Okay. Similarly, the rain has a pattern, right? It has a rhythm, like when it falls on the roof of your house, it gives a different sound, right? Similarly, when the same raindrops drops on the water body, then it produces a different sound, right? Similarly, when it falls on our head, human head, it produces a different one. Similarly, a music has a rhythm, it has a lyric, it has its own pattern. And this is the main idea why there is a close association between music and rainfall, right? Anyway, this is the elementary one, but the broader one that we will discuss now. Of course, let us read it. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, of course it wanders. It comes back to the sky to form the cloud, to make an association with the cloud, which you can say in the scientific term, the condensation, as you say. It's another scientific phenomena. So it wanders, and wrecked or unwrecked. Yes. Is anybody having any idea in connection with the wrecked or unwrecked? Yes. We are discussing particularly the connection between music and rain and human beings. Even music becomes suppose music is created by a person, so here the person concerned and the rainfall. Similarly, if we again intersect it to make it more simpler, then it will be human beings and the rainfall. Yes. So gradually it becomes the comparison between human beings and the rainfall, or human beings and the rain, because any music is produced by a human being. There is a human creation, human touch to the music. Similarly, rain has a musical flow, right? it has a musical flow, a pattern of a music. Even you can call it a music because this is a big comparison, clear comparison is made, right? Where the contrast is less and similarities are more. So we are not doing the contrast here, we are doing the comparison here. Okay. So in the same way, the human beings, the living organism may not appreciate the hard work done by the rainfall. Like it takes a great journey, making great effort and putting huge investment. Like it takes the journey from the land and from the water body, then it make a big journey, long journey, a great duration in the vapor, then it mix with the cloud. Yes, the formation of condensation part goes on, then it produces with the small drop, again it makes the journey and falls on the water body, even falls on the land. So this entire cyclic process takes or includes more energy, more time, like more resources, and anybody who is the beneficiary, I mean to say, who gets the benefit, the living organism has to appreciate it for the huge investment of resources, time, energy, and all of those. But the rainfall has not to care about that. It's nothing to do with that because somebody wrecks means somebody notices, somebody may not notice, somebody may appreciate, or somebody may not, but it doesn't affect, it doesn't put any impact on the daily flow or the natural flow of the rainfall. No impact is found. It doesn't distinguish between the appreciation and the blame, the wrecked or the unwrecked. Yes? It has nothing to do with this. So this is one part. Similarly, if any music is composed by any musician or any poem, the related word, associated word is, if we can take example, if any poem or poetic creation or any literary creation is done by a literary artist, maybe a poet or maybe a novelist or maybe a short story writer, then whether people appreciate it or not appreciate it, yes, it is published or non-published, unpublished, yes, it comes in the headline of the newspaper or not, yes, it makes the popularity or gains the popularity or not, it has nothing to do with that, right? Because it is unconditional. It is unconditional. And the same poem, like the same rainfall, it comes back to the same place. It does the reappearance in the same way. Even it comes to the same place where it had started its journey. So the exit and the entry becomes the same place. Similarly, the poet, the literary artist here, he creates and again the creation comes back to him. So the entry point and the exit point. So here it may be the entry or even you can say the exit. It comes to the same place. So here also the entry and even you can say the exit. Yes. Right. So the entry and exit are both same here. Right. The entry and exit are both same here. And the poet has nothing to do with somebody's praise, appreciation, blame, or criticism or anything else. The poet goes on writing, goes on, similarly, the musician goes on composing music. In the same way, the rainfall goes on the natural cyclic, the general cyclic phenomena of the scientific phenomena, like we discussed, right? So this is the additional information that the poet wants to give, and so it is enclosed within a bracket, right? So the purpose is to give additional information, but this additional information is highly important. It has a great significance, great scientific implication, and great social implication also. Like this is a scientific phenomenon, so it is a scientific implication. But here it is a social phenomenon because it connects with the social creation or the social creativity or the artistic activity, right? The composing of the poems by a poet or composing music by the musician, but they share the same feature. It does an unconditional job without any interest. So similarly, here also it is unconditional, and the same feature is here service above self. You can say here it is service above self. Yes, these are the common features found in both the entities, different entities, right? So human beings also serve the society in the same way like rainfall serve the society for the creation and sustenance of the earth. Similarly, for the creation of value and sustenance of the value, right? So here it's a comparison. So by citing the bracket, the poet wants to give a very big idea, wants to present or wants to reflect a big human values, a big universal truth. Of course, it is given in the bracket, yes. Whether or not it is acknowledged doesn't make any difference to the rain, yes. Because these are service above self, or you can say unconditional, and the unconditional job is done by both of these entities as we discussed here, the same way by human beings and the same way by the rainfall. Yes, okay. So students, this much for today. Now I will take the attendance. Yes, the present is reflected here, so I will note down only the absentees part. So here it is 11A. Roll number 1 to 3 is absent. Then 4, 5 present, 6, 7 present, 8 present, 9 is absent. Then 10 present, 11 is absent. 12 present, 13 is absent. Then 14 present, 15 is absent. 16 present, 17, 18 absent. Then 19 present, 20 present, 21, 22 present. Then 23 to 25 absent. Yes, 26, 27 present. Then use the long gap. 28 to 31. 28 to 31 all are absent. 28, 29, 30, 31. 32, 33 present. Then here 34 to 36. 34 to 36. Then 37 present. 38 is absent. 39 present. Then 40 is absent. Yes. Okay. So students, in a way, it is exactly 50%. Not good enough. Yes. Whatever you do in class 11, the same will be reflected in class 10. Sorry, class 12, the board exam. Right? Anyway, students, so this much for today. And I think the next class will be on revision part because you are going to appear your MCQ test in January. So our next classes will be based on the revision part. Okay. Okay, students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.